Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And this is very much not my first ever playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've been feeling more and more excited about Tears of the Kingdom as the weeks have been going on, and I thought what better way than to celebrate my excitement than to play some Breath of the Wild with you guys. This is obviously not going to be a full playthrough, but honestly I'm just excited to just play this game again, or play a little bit of this game again. Open your eyes. The iconic line at this stage. I think a lot of people have varying opinions on how they feel about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. For me, this is in my top 20 favorite games of all time for sure. And it's also in my top 5 open world games of all time. And I just think it's one of the greatest games ever made. It's so good.
Open your eyes. Wake up.
Man, look at this. Of course I understand that, like, everyone's gonna have different feelings on this game. I think that Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be the most... Look, everything about this game just makes me feel something. And that's the same with every Zelda game. These games just have this magical way of making you feel something just by seeing some, like, one visual. And nearly every visual in every game is iconic. It's freaking incredible. But this was such an exciting time for me as well. I remember I just finished having a major surgery, and then 5 days later this game came out on the Wii, and I played it on the Wii U first. I played it on the Wii U. We are playing this on the Nintendo Switch right now, but I played it on the Wii U originally. And it was just as good. It was so good. I think one of the biggest differences with this game compared to other Zelda games is that this very much was all about the player getting to play the game as soon as possible. While in other Zelda games, it's very much about, like, presenting the story first. And I think that, like, you can present a story without actually having a bunch of cutscenes, a bunch of dialogue. And it's crazy how emotionally impactful this game is to me without even, like, forcing a bunch of cutscenes in my face. And I think there's different methods. I'm gonna listen to your voice.
Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Thank you, Zelda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, we don't know it's Zelda yet. Who is it? Who could it be? A mysterious tablet with a glowing center. You've never seen this device before, and yet there is something familiar about it. I think there's methods, and each method works perfectly. Like, Skyward Sword is my favorite Zelda game. A bunch of you probably turned off right now when I said that, but it's the truth. It's my favorite Zelda game. Along with, you know, I love most Zelda games. I think nearly every Zelda game I've ever played has been, like, one of my favorite games ever made. I genuinely just believe that, like, this is a franchise that just works consistently, and I believe that the developers worked their arse off to make the best game possible consistently for you guys too. We can throw this, right? Oh, I guess we could have thrown it, but... How do you throw things again? I completely forget. I forget the controls of this game so much.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
Will it now? And, like, the confusion that you can feel as well in this open part as well is great. Because, like, you know, like, everything is going to be so gigantic when you leave this area. We see the advertisements for this game before it came out. So we look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh my god. Just absolutely incredible. Just absolutely incredible looking. And this game, the majority of the time while you're playing this... I'm the light?
Our light.
Kira?
That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
How simple is this? Look, just to walk up the stairs. You can see some trees out in the distance. Like, what is that? There's water. Ooh, splashy, splashy. Some grass. Oh, look at this connecting here. There's many scenes in video games I believe to be. Look, you can see the mountain. Like, that's so cool. There's many scenes I believe in video games to be iconic. Like, and not, actually not many. I believe that the word iconic is kind of thrown out so much nowadays. I always think of Heihachi throwing Kazuya into the volcano in Tekken. Or I look at a game like Near Replicant and I think of, you know, the whole town, the whole little village. I'm not going to say which town it is, like collapsing in and on itself. Like those little scenes are so, like when I see them, I'm just like, oh my God, yeah, that's that scene. You know, the Persona 4 train scene. And then there's this. Like, this is perfect. The perfect intro to a video game. Like, this is how you do it. This is so perfect. Look, this is so freaking perfect. Ah! Oh, I'm getting emotional. Zelda is so important to me. The Legend of Zelda is so important to me. And I'm so grateful that this game series came into my life. And over the next while where we're playing this game, I can definitely show you guys. And here's, look, if you guys want me to continue this playthrough in maybe like a weekly fashion or something like that, we could definitely arrange that. I'm totally for that. I'm not against that whatsoever. But they'd have to be long videos if we wanted to get them out in time for Tears of the Kingdom, to be honest. That's the only thing. Or we could just play this game instead of any other game. But the thing is, we're almost finished the game we're Let's Play now. Right? Look at this. You can see all the stuff in the distance. Again, this game runs at like 720p. I'm playing this on a 4K 50-inch TV and it looks gorgeous. And that's a testament to Nintendo. And I'll always say that, guys, by the way. That's a testament to Nintendo. People can give Nintendo all the crap in the world. Oh, they don't make good... Like, just shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth right now. Nintendo consistently make games that look beautiful and will look beautiful for the rest of their lives. Wooden branches such as this are pretty common, but it's surprisingly well balanced and doesn't do much damage, but it can serve as a weapon in a pinch. A lot of people might talk about a game like Ocarina of Time and say, well, a lot about that game is ugly. And my thing about that is, the character models can sometimes be ugly. A common mushroom found near trees, like Link's character model when he's older is a little bit weird. You just throw heart, thank you very much. But nothing will ever like really like, you know, because it's such a distinctive art style, the reason why it lasts for so long, the reason why it is such an iconic art style as well in Ocarina of Time, is because, like, you can remember what the castle looks like. You know what I mean? You remember what the castle looks like. You remember what, you know, Hyrule Castle looks like. You remember what the, you know, the freaking Goron City looks like. Those iconic looks. It's coming for you, old man. You better run. Oh, it didn't come for you, old man. That's fine. Everything is just done. To me, it's done so well. To me, the how you make a good open world, I know I'm getting sidetracked so much. To me, how you make a good open world in any video game is proper placement of all of your locations. To me, none of these locations feel like they were done by accident. Everything feels like it's in a place for a reason. Everything feels like it makes sense. Everything feels like you're exploring everything as it's meant to be explored. While in other open world games that sometimes fail, in my opinion, feel like it's just, oh, well, let's put a patch of grass here for the sake of it. The common fruit found in all these trees around Hyrule, eat fresh or cook it to increase its effect. Like, for real, the reason why it's getting dark, that's how, or the clouds are passing by, I should say. Like, look over here. There's a reason why. Link? Oh, she's taking, I'm taking too long?
Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Sorry. Sorry, Zelda. I'm sorry. Okay. Like, look, there's a reason why you're walking down these steps and you can look to the side. What is that over there? Is that Hyrule Castle? What is that? Oh, that must mean where the Gorons are. What's that over there? Oh my god. Like, everything is just like, what's that? Oh, that must be, oh my god. Like, everything's an oh my god moment in the first few moments, and everything's so subtle at the same time. Hello, old man. Earth belongs to the young. Well met, stranger. It's rather unusual to see another soul in these parts. Who are you? Me? I'm the king. I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool who lives here alone for quite some time now. I hope you'll permit me a question. Miss World, are you not chilly? Where are we? Answering the question with another question. Look at like just standing there so proud. Yes, like you do it. As I can imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to the legend of this, is the birthplace of an entire kingdom of Hyrule. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. That temple there long ago, it was a site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. You're another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be for some time. Please let me know if I may be of service. No bother, bud. Okay. Here we go. Let's collect this here, which is a woodcutter's axe, which is probably good for woodcutting, mostly. A woodcutter's tool of choice for felling trees is for middle weight. And not even balance and make it slow and an efficient weapon. We can switch to the axe, even though it's not going to do us much good. Now, one of my favorite things about collecting weapons in this game is that every single weapon in this game feels important in the first stages of this game and for the first while. There's many times when I was playing this game that like I found like a very simple weapon, like a woodcutter's axe, or as we're going over here, we're about to find a sword as well. And I think it's a traveler's sword or something like that, or like it's a rusty sword or rusty something. I forget the name of the sword. Oh, look how pretty this is. This is going to look pretty in 10 years. It's going to look pretty 20 years, 40 years from now. It's going to still look pretty. I'm so glad we have Nintendo to still champion art styles. Rusty Broadsword. You know what I mean? And other companies do too. I'm not saying they don't. Final Fantasy has fantastic art styles. You know, you have games like Atlas, from Atlas and Spike Chunsoft always do fantastic art styles. It's not just Nintendo, but I'm glad that Nintendo are so in the mainstream and still championing the idea that art styles are more important than graphics. Because that's always going to be the case for me. Pikmin looks like a more beautiful game than any game I've seen coming out this year. Pikmin looks prettier than most games that came out last year. If you ask me which is a prettier game, Elden Ring, Pikmin, or God of War, I'd say Pikmin's the prettiest one in the bunch. This little shallow piece of water here, really cool. I always used to love that as a kid as well. Because weapons break in this game, finding weapons is so important. And I actually love that aspect. I think if you take away the breakable weapons for me, please don't shoot me. For me, if you take away the breakable weapons, then it takes away an element of the game that I enjoy so much. It basically means that like I'll have one less thing to think about, and I don't want that. I want to think about things as I'm playing the game. I want to feel like I'm backed into a corner. I want to feel like I'm struggling sometimes, you know? And I think maybe it could be a choice. Like I think the best option maybe for people would be like turn it off at the start of the game or turn it on at the start of the game. To me, it just like makes sense to have it in the game. Because like it makes every weapon feel important. I understand if you don't like it, if you like that one weapon and you want to keep that weapon, I'm never going to be the person to like, hey, keep your back to me right now. Hey, okay, I'll just kill you. That's fine. I understand. A crude bokoblin club made to clobber small prey. It's essentially stick its sword durably. Okay, we can throw weapons by doing this as well, which is great as well. Throw is that one. Bokoblin horn, a severed horn of the bokoblin. A creature often encountered on the the plains of Hyrule. It isn't edible, but it can be tossed into a stew with some critters to make an elixir. What we definitely could do, if I did decide to do this as a full playthrough. Now, I'm not... I didn't want to do this, but... No! I didn't want to do this! I pressed the wrong button. I tried to do Dark Souls lock-on. I tried to do a Dark Souls lock-on and I picked up the Sheikah Slate. Whoops. Playing too much Elden Ring. Hylian trousers. Thank God we got some clothes. For now, we're not going to wear any clothes. Okay, let's just throw this. Here we go. Ah! Choo-choo jelly, a gelatinous substance that came from a choo-choo. It's unusable in this state, but applying a bit of elemental stimulation will change its form. It will. Now, I think, you know, often, like, people will be asking why I can't do longer videos, and, like, I usually say I have a full-time job. But then, like, I'll upload a long Zelda video, like, about an hour and a half long, and also with the other videos. And I think the reason why I'm able to do, like, oh my god, so pretty. A longer Zelda video compared to doing a longer, I'm able to do longer Zelda videos or longer, like a longer gameplay, more like this type of game, like a Breath of the Wild. The reason I was able to do really long Breath of the Wild episodes was because it's so active in terms of just like movement. You're constantly moving, you're constantly doing things. While in other games that I play, you're kind of just talking for hours. You know what I mean? You're kind of doing dialogue for hours, so it doesn't always work. A game like this, I could play nonstop for a while. and not even think about it. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. The dream, of course, always, and I have no problem saying this, with this to be my job. I'd love this to be my job. It would be my favorite thing in the world. I think through a combination of like Patreon and ad revenue, it eventually could happen. But right now, of course, like, you know, the amount of people that have subscribed to Patreon already, the 11 people that have subscribed to Patreon, it's like, man, you're the best. And, you know, the ad revenue is also like not the highest in the world because I don't play like the most popular games in the world. But that's okay though, because we're having fun playing the games we already play, you know? Let's take out one of these vocal clips. The reason I want to take out one of these guys is because I want a bow as soon as possible. I love using bows in this game. Hey, how did you know I was there? How do you lock on again? How do you do everything? I completely forget all the controls. Okay, so it's like that's the lock on, is it? Yeah. And now I'm gonna dodge. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Okay, okay. Okay. I completely forgot the controls of this game altogether, which is okay. Arrow. Like, I'm not too bothered about that. What we can do, though... Come here, horse. Is we can eat some food and get our health back. Again, as you can tell, I haven't played this game in a long time. It's been a long, long time. Let's eat some seared steak. But I hope it comes across very easily that, like, I do just, like, love this type of game. You can tell I'm testing out the buttons here, can't you? How do we... Hold on a second. Let's throw this for a second. Let's throw this away. Let's pick up this bow. A basic bokoblin bow made of wood is just made by taking any 3 branch and just a string. Okay, yeah. It's a release to fire, draw bow. Yeah, they're showing me the controls here. I was just being a dumbo. Man, look at Link with a bow and arrow just feels right, doesn't it? It just feels really right. I love some of like the like kind of like the skull like caves around here, but also like the broken bridges, man. That's so cool with little archways. Such a cool thing. Let's try our best to kind of like sneak around here a little bit. I think I have the map turned off on this, but like we won't need the map for now, I don't think. I think we won't need the map for a bit. Hopefully, anyway. At least for now, we won't need the map. We might need the map a little bit later on. Right now, I'm kind of like focused on not using the map. They're gonna think I'm here now. They're gonna hear something. Which is fine. They're gonna explore outside. I need them to go back in anyway. That's good. Anyone left alive? Of course. My mortal enemy. Scrinkly Jack. Oh god. This guy. Ah! Where's my other weapons? Where's my other weapons? What happened to my other weapons? Oh, it's a different section. Okay. Aha, no, not happening here, sir. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm terrified. I haven't done this combat in a while. And he's a fiery sword as well! Yes, very much! What happened here? Huh? Yes! We did it, boys! And I'm on fire! Oh, it's exciting. This game is so good. Aha! My victory! Yes! Zelda's just looking at us. Whoa! Now we can go up and get this chest as well. That was exhilarating. I love those little encounters as well. Freaking fantastic. Okay, let's collect all the materials we can anyway. No reason why we shouldn't. I think one hit from a blue guy, since we have no armor on, would have like destroyed us. Yep. I'm the guy. Hey guys, look, I'm skipping the controls, and I'm gonna complain in a minute that I don't understand the controls. That's how it works. That's how I'm a Let's Player. What else should I do? No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Man, I like the people who say that this game has like no, like, teeth, no teeth. I think the teeth of this game comes from the fact that like the whole world feels pretty desolate at all times, while also feeling kind of comforting to me personally. Probably feels pretty desolate to Link though. Like, look, you can see the mountain in the distance. We have to go over here. I think is the first place you have to go. We're gonna go to the temple eventually, but I think we're gonna do everything in order anyway. Man, it's so funny because like right now, oh, I pressed the Dark Souls button again. It's so funny because like this to me, Traveler's Sword, very common sword. It's actually a really good weapon to have early on. Book of Shield. You can use a shield like this. And I think you can like parry. No, wrong button. How do I take out the sword? There we go. Is it, what's parry? What is parry again? There it is. Okay, perfect. And we have this over here. Like, I love everything in my life right now. And the experiences I've had over the past few years have been great. But, like, I really don't think there's, I don't know. I really would like to come back to this time in a way. Not like physically, because again, I just had surgery. But you know what I mean. The few months after Breath of the Wild came out were some of the best months ever for video games for me. It's usually in these scenes you can see the kind of Wii U-ish kind of graphics going on. Wii U's graphics is a compliment, by the way. Distilling local information. I think one of the things that's always like said, the criticisms against this game is always like, hey, but like, you don't like towers in like Ubisoft games, but then they do this. This is completely different because they allow you to explore at your own pace and the world feels really, really natural. The problem I always have with Ubisoft games, and the way they do their maps, is that the world doesn't feel real as you're going through it. It doesn't feel like I'm in the world. It feels like the world has like been, you know, crafted for a video game.
Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years.
It's like, okay, fair enough.
The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Now then, you must hurry, Link.
Nah, girl, I'm gonna do like 100 hours of side quest. That okay? That okay with you, girl? Okay. Well, let's just drop down. Let's not even talk to this man. Oh, he's down. Is he down at the bottom, isn't he? And then he'll be up here later the next time, right? Huh. Huh. I always thought, like, why did Ganon, Calamity Ganon wake up at that point? And I think the reason he woke up at that point is because we activated this tower, right? He was like, oh god, who activated the tower? Give me that now! There should be an option to kick him right in the face and just take it. That's what I think anyway. I should be a game developers. My, it would seem we have quite the enigma here. The tower and the others just like it have erupted across the land, and one after another. It's almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur? B. You need not conceal the truth from me to be told I saw the whole thing unfold from afar. Although I could not hear anything, I did see you react as if you heard something coming from the direction of the castle. Yeah. Hit the nail on the head, did I? I'm going to say nothing again. And the reason I'm going to say nothing is because I feel like that's like the appropriate reaction to a stranger talking to you. Seems like some work as far as only your trust goes. I suppose that's understandable. I just woke up after 100 years. I'm not going to be talking to this dude. Or maybe I would be, actually. I assume you caught sight of the atrocious enshrouding the castle. The atrocious... I assume you caught sight of the atrocity. Sorry, I can't speak. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? You not say a word, your eyes reveal the determination within. Here on this isolated plateau, we are surrounded by all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. If we were to try jump off, well, no death could be more certain and more foolish. I could climb down, really, if the game let me. Of course, if you had a paraglider of mine, hand it over. Oh, certainly, why not? But there's no such thing as a free item in this world, you know. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? The isolated plateau time. We got this, guys. Come, let me show you something. I wonder will they just let me go over here? Will they just let that happen? Because I know he'll like talk to you and be like, hey, look at this over here. But will they just let me go into it? Man, even like... I'm a big fan of water levels just because it absolutely terrifies me, right? Like, look, that just looks weird, right? It just looks so weird. Maybe it's because, like, there's a lack of control under here. And that's why I'm always very afraid of the underwater stuff. And that possibly could be it. That could possibly be the reason why I am so, like, afraid of underwater levels. And also, like, there's a respect for the underwater, right? Like, you gotta understand that it's not... Oh, we should have probably got... We get that on the way back. Let's go anyway. Let's get in here. Oh man, ooh, shrine. I wonder could you go out to every single shrine now without even talking to him? I'm curious to think though what you guys think about the temples, the little what they call little shrines. I'm curious to see what you guys think about them. Because me personally, I love them, and I thought it adds a little bit of variety to the video to the game. Is the old man still there? He's not. Oh, okay, so he's like, okay, he knows. I know, Gramps. Jesus, Gramps. And I understand like why people wouldn't like them as well, because a lot of people like traditional dungeons, and I think we will get some traditional dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom. And if not, I think like we're just gonna get dungeons that are like kind of like integrated into the game that you can leave at any point. I think the worst thing they could do with Tears of the Kingdom is walk back a lot of the stuff that they really did well in this game. And one of the things they really did well in this game was making the world feel really open. And really like that you could do anything you wanted to. And I feel like taking that away from the player, that's a step back. That's a step back completely. So you could do traditional dungeons, but like have it be open. Like have a traditional dungeon like feel like you can leave it at any point. Have it feel like it's still a part of the whole world. Have it feel like that. As a Souls fan and a Soulsborne fan, I kind of get where you guys are coming from with that respective too, that you want traditional dungeons and you don't want just another open world Zelda game all the time. And my whole take on that as well is that, like, I would love, like, a Twilight Princess style Zelda game or a Skyward Sword style Zelda game again, or an Ocarina of Time style Zelda game again. But I'm just happy with what I have now, you know? Not saying that you guys aren't happy either, but you get what I'm saying. You just gotta roll with the punches for now. Okay. You kind of just have to go with what you have for now. How can people... I don't get when people say the music in this game is not iconic. Listen to this. Oh my god. Shiver me timbers. Simple way of getting past this puzzle. What's parry again? It's this, isn't it? Let's try it. Okay, let's try it. Why not? Let's try it. Like, it's not like it's gonna kill us. You can't. I don't think you can parry with the shield. I think you need like a better shield to parry. Maybe. Okay, let's try it one more time. No, you don't. Okay, because I remember like when I played my playthrough, I was parrying all the time. A spring used in ancient machinery is light and buoyant enough to float in water, and no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. I think a lot of times people will be like, you can't parry without like a ancient technology, and it's like, no, you can totally parry these boys. It's actually pretty okay to parry them. I think they just weren't very good at parrying, and that's what happened. What do you guys think? I think that's what happened. I think we had a few people that weren't very good at parrying. And what do you think? What do you think, boys? How do you get this? Just activate it again? Perfect tutorial level for how to use this, by the way, as well. Traveler's bow as well. So you press and hold that and switch back and forth. Perfect. Where did that go? In the water? Awesome. Awesome. Really great. The music in here is so good to me. I don't care what anyone says. I love it. And it's so subtle, but it works so well. We can skip this part, I think. So we got a spirit orb as well. I even forgot about that system in this game, the stamina system and the health system, but I love it. May the goddess smile upon you too. I don't believe in the goddess, me personally. The goddess, I don't know if I believe in it. I think, did they update the loading screens? Because the loading screens seem pretty small. I didn't agree to get that to you, by the way. This is on my own volition. It seems you managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. Paraglider, please. I encourage you to slow down for a moment, my courageous friend. The appearance of one of those towers and the awakening of the shrine. It's all connected to that Sheikah slate. Paraglider, please. I have to finish speaking. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of the wisdom saved the kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across this land. On this plateau, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasure from each of those shrines and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't a deal, you're a liar. Oh well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I'll also teach you a trick to finding shrines. It's always best to survey the area, look around from a high point. Let's see here. How would you make your way to the top of that tower again? Are you joking? Oh, I'm afraid not, but do not worry. I have another little trick to share with you, your effort. Take a look at the map on your Sheikah slate. I don't need this trick, old man. I like him, though. I like him. See the blue icons? You should recognize the cave where you woke, the shrine you came from, and the tower. You can travel instantly to any one of those places in the Sheikah slate. Thank you. Oh, so I heard some time ago. I don't know if it actually works. This is the angle. They used that angle in, I was watching an episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and like, they just shot like this angle. Look how pretty this is. Look at this. They shot this angle like right below Winry's legs, between her legs, to look at the boys. And I think it was just an artistic choice, but like, I totally understand like people like who were, people I was watching it with for the first time, friends, were like, Jesus. Like, what is that? It was actually a very funny thing. By the way, like, I like the king. I think one thing that you kind of realize about the king, if you play Hyrule Warriors, is it the what was that? The Hyrule Warriors Calamity, something. I forget the name of the other Hyrule Warriors game, the second Hyrule Warriors game. But it was like a sequel. It was like a prequel to Breath of the Wild almost, and it was really good. But one thing you realize when you play that game, Calamity. What was it called? Like it's like the time or age of calamity. It's one of those things. And I remember like just not liking the king at all in that playthrough, but loving Zelda. I think what they did for Zelda in that game was fantastic. Man, look at this. You can feel the heat almost off it as well. Let's get this as well, why not? There's like a thing underground here, I think, isn't there? Ah! It's me. I am underground. I think we have to bring over that thing that we brought over there, don't we? Or is there something else around here? I think that's... Yeah, I think we have to bring the thing we got over here. How do you run again? There we go. Cool. Yeah, we have to bring this over, I think. Which is kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool that we're bringing this, like, we have a puzzle over here that can be solved by something we found in a different location altogether. We're going to go to all of these places. I'm going to challenge you. I think easily, like, any person who's played Breath of the Wild more than once. And I've played it... Breath of the Wild was the first ever playthrough of a Zelda game I did twice off the channel. I've played Zelda games twice before. But Breath of the Wild was the first one I did... off the channel without you guys, and it felt really weird, I won't lie. Mostly just because I feel like it was always like a playthrough that like you guys showed me. Well, most of you guys, I think some of you guys weren't there at the time, but you were the guys who like showed me Zelda. You showed me this franchise. But I just wanted to play it one day because what? No! Ow! I just wanted to play it one day because like I think it was the Panini time. It was the start of the pandemic. Get up on that, please. It was the start of the Panini, like, you know, and so I was kind of feeling a bit down. I think everyone was feeling a bit down, and I bought a few games for the Switch, and I was like, well, I'll just buy Breath of the Wild again. Or maybe it was like second year of the Panini. Regardless, the first one we're going to go to is the one over here. And I think there's like a big boy over here too. And the Switch t-shirt as well. We can go over here as well to kill these guys also. I love little like waterlogged areas in like grass and stuff like that. It's always really nice. I know it's not good for the soil totally to have that because it can just damage the soil over and over again. I just like it because it looks kind of neat, and it's kind of nice to step in it like ooh, squishy, 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 ooh, squishy, squishy, oh, squishy guardian, oh. How cool is the environmental storytelling as well? It's like, oh, what is this? Like, if you didn't watch any trailers of the game, you'd be like, oh, what's all that? You can also see, I think this game did a lot for Bokoblins as well because you could see how they kind of had their little town hall meetings and they're all hanging out together. Kind of really cool. I think it worked out pretty well for them. Hi everyone, it's me, your boy, Linky. How are you guys? Ah! Yes. Come over here. I tricked you all. Oh, are you doing that? Oh, you were doing that. Okay. Come here for a second here. I'm coming up for you. How? That's not how. Hey! That ain't how physics work, my friend. We're not doing that. I should have come up with more of a strategy, in fairness. We got him. And again, like, this weapon is about to break. This weapon, that means so much now, right? Right, this weapon means so much now that we found it. I think we need, like, this to break it up. Like, to me, because the weapons break, they tend to mean so much more. When you find it. Oh, hoo. Yeah, you too. You too. Acorn. And I don't want to walk around with just a big... Like, at the end of the game, that's what you do. You know, you have a big collection of weapons you walk around with. Like, I don't want to do it at the start of the game. I want to feel like I've earned everything I've got. Look at this, look what I mean. Now this sword means something. I found a sword, Daddy. Well done, son. But I got 300 other swords anyway, and it'll never break. Okay. Now the sword means nothing again. I know I'm being a little bit nitpicky about that, but that's just how I feel. Let's take out... We might as well use this until it breaks. Beautiful scene here as well, the way you can, like, walk up the... Look at the steps up here to the temple. Really neat. So our first one is just over in this direction, I think. Yeah, we're not going to use the map for this part of the game at the very least. Like, well, I think that's kind of... Like, since we know the game, we should be able to find our way around. And it's kind of fun to find your way around as well. It's towards here, I believe. It's in the little row of things. The last place we're going to be going is... the snow area. But... I feel like we should travel there now to get the peppers so we can just do everything in a row. So we can get the recipe and all like that and travel and get everything in a row. I think that would make sense. It's getting dark. You know what that means. Choo Choo Jelly's coming out. This game is even beautiful at night too. Really cool. Okay, let's take out Vocal Club. We don't need too much to defeat these things. Hyrule Herb. Hyrule Herbs are actually like not too... Oh! Skeletons! Of course! So we want to head... I think it's in this direction? There's a wild boar over here. Hold on a second. Can we shoot this from over here? I think I can get this. Okay, we're in the tall grass, so we should be able to get this. Huh? That didn't work? Hey! Son of a bitch. I just don't think our weapon is powerful enough, maybe? Oh, Kian's on YouTube. Have a good time, Kian. Hey! Get back here! I'm hungry! Jesus, so selfish. I'm the one who's starving here. I'm the one who's very hungry and you guys are full of meat. In a way, it's a little unfair. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing about you guys. I just think it's all a little bit unfair. You know what I mean? I think you guys are being a bit selfish. It's a bit selfish to want to hoard all that meat. You don't need all that meat. Is it up on top here, maybe? I know the snowy areas are over here. You have to, like, destroy this again, I think, yeah. Bokoblin Arm, thank God we got that. That's, like, one of the secret weapons to end the game. Is a bokoblin arm. Don't you think the early 2000s seem so far away? Hey, it's me. It's Link. Hey, how you doing? Hey, buddy, it's me. How you doing, boys? Hey, how you doing? I'm coming over here now, okay? Okay. Don't mind me. Gonna splash in the water a little bit. You won't even hear me. What's that? One of your archers is dead. Hey, that wasn't a good idea. Hey, back off, son. Hey, I'm not one to. I'm not. Oh! My strategy's. I should have gone for the other archer first. I understand that. But I don't think I have a lot of patience. It's okay. We're doing good anyway. We can change shields now. I'm coming for you now, buddy. You know that. Like, you're next on the list. Okay. I'm coming for you. Boo. Oh, I'm sorry. Nice. So much like to explore in just the first area of this whole game, right? Just so much to explore. So much cool things to see. So many cool places to be. I forget how to get the peppers. I'll be honest with you guys. I forget pepper time. I wish I remembered how to get peppers. I think it's like... I think we're gonna need them. That's the only thing. But I think you can also get the outfit, can't you? If you remember the recipe. Yeah, I think it's up in this direction anyway. Okay, we're gonna fast travel anyway. Like, there's no point in like not using the fast travel mechanics. Oh yeah, it's this way. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna fast travel back to here anyway. Yeah. Yeah. When I said we're not using the map, I mean we're not using like the targets. Like, we're not gonna have targets on the screen for this. And I'm not against that, by the way. I used them on my first playthrough as well. But I feel like we can find our way around this. You could probably find your way around the whole world pretty easily too because of the landmarks, and I think it's intentionally like that. Link, are you back at the beginning because you're giving up, or because you wanted to fast travel somewhere? Fast travel. Okay, thank you, Link. Just checking. You know, my whole my life is in your hands. Thank you. Okay, so there's a bunch of these different ones we can go to. There's one over there. You can see it right away. You totally get to that. Man, it's so weird in this game not to have the paraglider because it seems like so second nature when you are playing this game. To have the paraglider. And to just not have it just feels strange. It feels super, super strange. Okay. Now's our chance. Redemption. I'm coming up on you guys, okay? Hachi, you know what? Killing you guys won't be worth it at all. What I might just do. Okay. I'm just gonna take some of these peppers. These are the things I needed. Okay. Spicy pepper. This pepper is exploding with spice. Cook it with a created dish that will raise your body temperature and help you withstand the cold. Take a few of these. Thank you so much. Okay. I might take a mushroom. Is that okay, guys? Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take a highlighted mushroom as well. Okay. Oh, I might take that shield. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. That's a potlight. Oh shit. I thought it was a shield. Okay, I might just take these torches too. Is that okay? I'm gonna take your weapons off you. You don't need to be violent, okay? That's mine. That's mine now. Okay. Okay, I can't carry your weapons. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. I'll be back in a second, okay? You guys wait there. I'll be back in 1 second. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay? Not what I wanted to do. Okay. Let's also throw the torch. Okay, I'm coming back. Oh, shit! They're gonna wake up! They're gonna wake up! Ah! He picked up. Oh my god! He hit his head on the way down. Where are we? Oh, we're in the same place. Perfect. You know what? Oh, I forgot I can't pick this up. Oh, I can't pick up one of them. Okay, let's get the stuff we need and go. That's what I get for playing with them. I got busted. Okay, so we got some of the shrooms. Or the spicy peppers. Here's where we need to enter in. Yeah, okay, so we know where to enter in there from now. That's great. Okay. Perfect. Let's go to the one over here. Man, the stamina is so... The stamina is so... restrictive at the start, becomes so good at the end, you know? I wonder what you guys feel about the difference between the stamina system here versus Elden Ring. I think, by the way, both of the games are actually just incredible games. Two of my favorite open world games of all time. If I had to rank open world games, it would probably have, you know, Elden Ring is there, Breath of the Wild is there, Shenmue 1 and 2 are for sure there as well, as like the pinnacle of open world games. And then you have games that are like pretty fantastic as well, like The Witcher, but I wouldn't put it in the same kind of echelon in terms of how good the open world is, but the open world is still pretty great. If it counts, Nier Automata and Nier Replicant would definitely be in that category too of fantastic open world games. We have to go over there as well. Man, the sky's so pretty when we're waking up in the morning. Let's take out our Traveler Sword. Actually, 1 second. I keep pressing the wrong button to do that. But I definitely would like to hear you guys' opinion on that. We might as well take this out just so we can break it on the next enemy we see. Like you. That's fine with me. Because of this, they make a Boko Club really worthwhile to have. Hold on a second. Can we save? We can. I'm going to save for a second. Because I'm going to try and parry. I think it's these guys, you need just a better shield to parry these guys coming up. But we're going to try. Because why not? Like that, isn't it? Okay, different shield. I'm gonna try it again, because I think you can parry these guys. You can parry them with like just a slightly better shield. You don't need the ultimate weapons. You can use the Hylian shield as well. But I'm wondering if you can do it with these basic ones, because I know you can parry the little boys for sure. Let's try it again. If it fails, we fail. We'll try one more time. I know the intention of this part is like you're supposed to get really terrified and run away. There we go. Yeah, it is possible. It's more than possible. Obviously, people know that now, but at the time, I remember I had people in my comments being like, "You need the ancient weapons to parry them." And it's like, no, man, you just weren't successful until you got the ancient weapons. Let's just be honest with yourselves. I think the Switch shirt is around here, but I'm not getting it because that Switch shirt is weird to me, man. I think it's like on one of these places here. Hey! Stop being a mog. Yeah, and we have now the trial that basically is gonna help us practice using our bombs. Remote bomb. Link, blow it up. What? Blow it up, please, Link. The big house in the middle of Washington. No, Zelda. How do you throw again? Just the regular throw one? There we go. And then it's... That's the detonate, yeah. Perfect. Me trying it again. Yeah, the music in these trials are always so amazing to me. Traveler's Claymore. Man, Claymores are such freaking cool weapons. I mean, Jesus Christ. They are so cool. Actually, you could do something like kind of... I wonder if you can do it from here, actually. Yeah. Really neat. Like, you can also, like, just have the bomb come over here like this, like that, and then just blow it up like there, like that, which is also super neat. I think this was, like, pretty weird for a trial like this, because it was actually, like, fairly involved for the time. Like, for an earlier trial. Like, there's, like, it's very simple, but it has, like, a lot of involved, like, things you can do like this. Sick. So sick. And then we just, and this is one of my favorite, like, it's such a simple puzzle, but, like, it works so well. This right here. Okay, I'm just gonna drop this in here now. Get in there if you don't mind. Okay, you can go get in there whenever you want there, buddy, I believe in you. And as it goes over. Sick. We need another one, though. We need another one to get the excess stuff out of there. Sick, so sick. This is such a sick game, dude. I'm so in love with this game. There we go. And there it is, the second trial already done. Just as simple as it began, it ends. Oh, look at the ceiling as well. I never look up in games a lot, and that's one thing I always tell other people to do is like look up in video games because you know so much like different things you wouldn't even know before. I remember New Londo Runes and Dark Souls. I remember like going through that. I played that game 50 times, and then my friend was like, "Hey, look up," and like I was like, "Oh, this is underground." Like there's like this is like a cave. It was so freaking weird. I was like, it felt like it was just a night sky, but it's like no, it's just literally underground. That's why it's so dark. And then right there giving us another task here. Very simple task. And now the next thing we're going to do is travel over to that one. Oh, wait. Let's save again. Let's save just in case. I'm playing this later than usual with a video game. Okay. Yeah, that's the trigger. So quiet. I'm sorry that I want to kind of bask in the ambient sounds there for a second. But it just felt like I needed to for a moment. That's the next one we have to go to. And then the last one we'll do is in the snowy area. I find the snowy one easier to do last because I think it's just kind of like makes sense in a roundabout way. I've been watching a bunch of wrestling reruns, by the way. From the past. I'm going through week by week all the wrestling shows, and it's been one of the most exciting times in the world for me. But like, one of the weirdest feelings ever though is knowing that like some characters, like some wrestlers, will not be there forever, you know? Some of them are gonna die. Some of them are gonna pass away. Some of them are just not gonna be like around or leave the company, and it feels weird because it's like, man, I don't want to go through that all again. The thing I went through as a kid, how will I take it this time, you know? And if we want to relate that to how we're talking about Zelda, man, like, I don't know how, you know, change is not fun. It's not fun whatsoever. And I think some people, when the Breath of the Wild changed quite a bit, changed the Zelda formula, I can totally understand people's feeling on that. What was the recipe now for this? Forgot there's some spicy peppers over here as well. Baked apple, nice. Stamina. I think it's for stamina, isn't it? Let's read the diary. Oh man, sorry, read. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure brings you comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself. Truly created the perfect dish I call it spicy meat and food. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm even when traveling in the snowy mountains. I do not know how, but it always happened, but it seems I forgot to write down the very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and a spicy pepper, however. I simply can't remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Read more. Sadly, on this lonely plateau... Okay. If I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. So I think it's fish, isn't it? It's meat and fish. We don't have any meat, though. We don't have any meat. I want to say we don't have any meat. Yeah, we have the spicy peppers. But to get the warm doublet, we need meat. And... yeah, we need meat and we need... Actually, what I might do... No, that's not a good idea at all, actually. Because then we'd have to jump down from the top. I wonder where we could get some meat. Like, there's cooked meat over there, but I don't know if that'll do. I think you need... fresh meat. Where are we gonna get meat? Where is meat? How do we get the warm doublet and some meat? I would very much like a slab of meat, please. I know we found some creatures over there, actually, so maybe that's the best place we can go. So maybe fast traveling to that area might be the best idea? Not the... What button is that? Is this, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe fast traveling back over to... this shrine and then, like, killing something over there and catching some fish there, first of all, would be a good idea. So it's just off in this direction. I know I'm taking a lot of time doing this, but like this is kind of what Zelda's always been about. It's always about taking your time. Or at least that's what it was for me. Like, I don't think I ever would like to play a Zelda game where I'm being forced to push my way through things. I think that's when we do play the Tears of the Kingdom playthrough, I wonder how story heavy it will be. Because a lot of times with Let's Plays, a lot of the time people watch your reaction to the actual pivotal moments. And then like, say like, for example, I'd say like, to use Danganronpa as an example. I think it's a perfect example to use, is Danganronpa, which is my most popular series. No, let's say Undertale. No, that doesn't work because it's every part in the game is significant, I think. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Oh, the old man is there too. Oh, he's teaching you how to do the thing. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. So we just need some fish, which we can get over here. And then we're sorted. We might as well run to get this as well. But yeah, for me, it's like, oh god, he's coming for me. There you go. Like, when I look at like a game like Danganronpa, I'd say 2,000 people in the audience, 2,000 people are like, really want to see all the story moments. And out of that bunch, there are about 1,000 people who really love to see all of it. You know what I mean? Or who really love to see, who skip through to see kind of like this, the kind of like really small dialogue moments. Then out of that bunch, there's around 700 people who want to see like everything. You know what I mean? That's the list. That's the list how it goes. Whereas say like with the Zelda playthrough, it's not too dissimilar to that. There was fish here before. There was legit fish here before. Where are they gone? That's depressing, isn't it? Like, they were right here, we saw them. You guys saw fish too here, didn't you? Look, I know where else there's fish. They're over here in this place, right? I mean, there has to be fish in here, right? Maybe they're all dead. Maybe they're all dead. But yeah, and I think with a Zelda playthrough, it would probably be quite similar. There they are. Freaking perfect. Come on now. Get over here to me. Oh, Jesus Christ, really? That'll do me. Oh, perfect. A Hyrule Bass. And then we can fast travel again. Because there's no point in us doing the whole kit and caboodle thing again. So I guess over here is probably the best place we can fast travel to. Yeah. I think that what might happen is with the Tears of the Kingdom playthrough is you'll have like a bunch of people who want to watch you play the game, to play everything. Say if the playthrough gets, I'm underestimating it for a reason because you don't want to overestimate anything. Let's say there's 500 people that watch every single episode, and then there's 600 people who watch for all the kind of like mini story beats, like, oh, we met Jonichia the Traveler. And everyone's like, oh, I want to see Calvin's reaction to see Jonichia the Traveler. So I'll tune into that. And then they'll tune out the next episode because I'll write the episode title as like, doing some side quests. You know what I mean? And then there's like, then when the big story moments happen, you'll have like 1,000 people tune in for it. You know what I mean? And that's just the way things go. And you have to kind of accept that because you can't control what people watch. I think the YouTubers and streamers who go on stream the next day and go like, why aren't you watching? Are like the worst. It's like, man, maybe the reason why they're not watching is because they know you're probably not enjoying it. Then if you have to worry about who's watching what and what's watching who, it's interesting to think about. Like, I know all the analytics because they show it to me. Like right now, like you have Ace Attorney Chronicles is probably one of the lowest watched series I've had in years. But like, that's not on the audience. That's not on you. It's just a thing that happens. You have to just get on with it. And if you're enjoying the game, you're enjoying the game. If you're not, you're not. And I want to play Tears of the Kingdom in full. And that's probably good. To be honest, playing every single episode would probably like take up the whole year or whatever. It's probably gonna take up a long time. Probably gonna take up a lot of time. Okay, so I'm gonna save just in case I get this wrong. I don't want to catch another piece of meat and catch some other fish. But I think it is fish. Hold on a second. So we can hold stuff, can't we? No. Not what I want to do. Hold. Hold. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Man, the cooking in this game is always so fun. Spicy meat and seafood fry. There it is. And so now we can show this guy what we made. And he'll hopefully give us the warm doublet. So we meet again. What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? I thought this tree might make for some good firewood. However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face where you want the tree to land. So, I see you found my axe. Why not help me out and give me a few swings? I'm not quite certain, but those bones could use a break. How do we show him the... Can we hold this? How do I show him it? Oh, maybe we show him when he gets in here? I cooked something. There we go. Okay, cool. So that's how we get the warm doublet. It's just like my signature perfect dish, spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... Well, I suppose it's not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Of course, have it, dude. Of course, Hirabas, how could I have forgotten? Well done. Now, please allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm doublet. So this is like just perfect. With that, you'll be able to resist the bite of the colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without the warm doublet. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I just forgot how to do it. Apparently it has to be at night. Maybe it doesn't have to be at night, and I just didn't think it had to be. Maybe I thought it had to be at night. So we're going to cut down this tree over here, and this is going to be the second last trial we're going to be doing. Oh my god, how terrifying, but how cool is this? For a person that's afraid of heights, probably not the best idea in the world to do that. But hey, here we are. Let's just avoid these guys if we can. So this is kind of the lesson. I keep hitting the microphone today, guys. I don't know what's happening. So this is kind of a lesson in just climbing, which is always a nice lesson to have. For some reason, I skipped the lesson. Now, if you jump, you're going to use your stamina a lot quicker. But you can use the stamina a lot like kind of strategically like this. The expressions of Link's face are so good. That's one of the reasons why, like, when people are like, I want Link to speak in the whatever TV show they make about Link, I'm always so against that. I feel like you can totally, like, have a great Zelda TV show without Link speaking. It's more than possible. No, I wanted to take the shroom. Hey, what the? No, I wanted to take the shroom. This game, I tell ya. Hey, this game. This game needs to watch itself before something bad happens. Let's just go without taking the shroom. We don't need the shroom. I'll never use that shroom for anything in my life. I'll never use I barely use recipes for anything in these games. The freedom of choice to not do it is why I was born. So cool. The background's so cool. So cool. This whole game is freaking amazing. To put, like, I remember, like, I took a picture of, like, the Breath of the Wild case, which I still have the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild, which to me is, like, the prettiest box art in history is the Wii U Breath of the Wild box art. The blue with the breath, it just it fits so well. Like, forever, like, this is a port. Like, this is a port of Breath of the Wild. Like, this is what it is. And we can say that, like, it's not, but that's what it is. It was originally made for the Wii U. I know that upsets some people because some people are like, no, it's a new game. it's a game that was designed for the Wii U that was then brought to the Switch. And they found even that like there was lower frame rate dips on the Wii U than there was on the Switch because it was designed for that console. But also at the same time, with Tears of the Kingdom coming out, I think we're going to have a whole new rage of people being like, this game's frame rate is low. This game is a cartoony art style. Why is it €70? And my answer to that will always be the same thing. Oh shit. It's like, regardless of all that stuff, they're still to make 10 out of 10 games. I think once you start talking about frame rates, when the frame rate's so bad you can't play it, that's a difference. But once you start talking about frame rates and graphics with video games and like and resolution and stuff like that, that's when video games feel like more like a product to me. And a checklist. Oh, this is a cool one too. I think this is for Stasis, isn't it? I always really liked how they implemented this into the game. I always felt like it was a really cool mechanic. I think all the Sheikah stuff is like really cool in terms of mechanics. I think they always did a really fantastic job with this stuff. Oh, we have to go up here and stop the ball here as well, don't we? I forget how to do this exactly, but I think... Oh, we need time. No, that's not the way to do it. Ah! Zelda! And we're going to stop it around here, because I want to go up and get the chest. It's just, I don't know, like, I think the way they did this is really good. Traveler's Shield, that's our first good shield as well. You see what I mean? That felt so good. Getting a good shield, getting an alright shield, an okay shield. I mean, that wouldn't have felt good if we just got a bunch of really nice shields or we just had one shield we used through the whole game. You know what I mean? It wouldn't feel good. That's enough, I think. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. Oh! We're about to die, so, do we have any? We have a load of apples we can eat, actually. Link likes his food. Man, this whole game is magic, so I'm just thinking about absolutely everything that happens in the game. It's long, so that's why we probably won't do a second playthrough of this on the channel. But, like, there's so many, like, fun aspects to this game. Like, when I think about, like, the different biomes you get to go to, and I think about the different worlds you get to go to, the different things you have to fight, the beasts that you get to fight. And that's why I'm so excited about the next freaking Zelda game. For Tears of the Kingdom, because genuinely, man, I cannot freaking wait, right? I cannot wait to play another game full of wonder and magic where I'm looking around every corner. Elden Ring gave me that too. I'll just say it as well. I know people are sick of hearing about Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the new Breath of the Wild, only in the sense that people are sick of hearing about it, right? But I don't care. Man, just grow up. Let people talk about the stuff they love, you know? Let people talk, because you know what? If you're the person that's complaining about the stuff everyone else loves, guess what's going to happen? When you wanted to talk about the things you like, well, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen at all. I don't give a damn. The stuff you like, oh, who cares? Hey, I got this new Pokemon card. I don't give a damn. You didn't listen to me when I was talking all the time about Zelda. Okay, I guess that's so fair. I feel bad now. Show me the Pokemon card. That's what happened with me, pretty honest. Like, the kids in the school, my students, they said that I am too nice. They said they love me. They're like, we love you, Calvin, but you're too nice. You're going to get hurt that way, which is always so very funny. I have a reputation among some of the audience in my channel, which is always very funny, where they're like, you're actually, like, really mean. And that's only when I stand up for myself. If I stand up for myself, or if I'm like, hey, just F off, they're like, oh, God, he's actually very mean. Which, look, you can think however you want about me. I'm never gonna like complain about that. But also, I'm gonna also stand up for myself, as I should, right? I think I should stand up for myself. I think people are just not used to having such a small channel, if that makes sense. They're watching, because then, because having a small channel means I can see your comments, you know. And a lot of people are very used to like saying stuff without any culpability or having to actually deal with the consequences of what they said. A lot of people deal with like have to deal with that then. So we can travel across there, man. Look, even like here is a fantastic environment as well. The warm doublet's actually fantastic, but I think we can't even see. I think you can see how cold Link is by looking at the menu here. We're doing okay for now, and this is the last shrine we have to go to too. We're a little bit slower, but that's okay. After a while, we won't even notice the speed difference. We won't even notice it. I think we're gonna go straight for the shrine for now. There's so much you can still do on this plateau. That's like so Looney Tunes over there. Look at that. That's like meep meep. Like what's his name? Roadrunner. Ice Choo Shoes. When this game came out, I think I was also very like I did a cop-out when I was doing my Game of the Year discussions. I voted this and Persona 5 as my Game of the Year. And the reason I did that was because I couldn't decide at the moment, like, which I preferred more. Now I can safely say, guys, that Persona 5 was my Game of the Year. It was my Game of the Year. I can say that now. Because I played Persona 5 how many times now? A lot of times. But here's the thing. And I hope this... What's the button to do this now? Here we are. But here's the thing. Right? I still think that this game here, this magical game, could have been my Game of the Year on any other given day of the week. I think I change back and forth depending on what I'm playing, and I think probably because I played Persona 5 so much, that's why I feel that way. But I still think that this, at the time when I played this, I was like, this is like the greatest open world game I've ever played. And it was just next year that I played Shenmue, was the first time out on our game. I was like, whoa, this is the greatest open world game I've ever played. But I think they're very different in how they approach open worlds, and that's why I love to have, like, if I could create, like, in a few years' time, like 20 years' time, if they create like packages, and you say like I become king of the world, this is a weird analogy, and we get to choose like packages. You can choose collections. You get to make a video games. I would have like this, like I said, Shenmue, the Nier games, Elden Ring, and like maybe The Witcher, and have them all in like the greatest open world games of all time collection, and have people going crazy. Where's this game? Where's God of War 2025? It's like, it's not there, bud. Oh, man. The little music beats in there are just so good. Link's little red nose as well is beautiful. Oh, the flying V of the ducks. Little rock monsters. I could fight you guys. And I will. That meat is going to be pretty valuable, so we might as well fight. It's up here, isn't it? There it is. Yeah, we can see it right there. Like, everything about this game is about, like, looking around your location. Look at this. We don't have any markers on the map. And we can just look around and see where we need to go. You could find your way around so easily without the markers. Dragon's Dogma is another great open world game that needs to be talked about more. The Xenoblade games. Yes, the Xenoblade games. And this is the last shrine we have to do before we can head to our boy. I'm also using the Pro controller for this. I think it's one of the best controllers ever created. I really do. It's so comfortable to use. The buttons make so much sense. I never get the complaints usually about like adapting and like, oh, I wish all controllers would have the Nintendo Switch version thing. Like, I can use any controller, just put it in my hands, I'll be able to use it. Like, just give me a bit of time. And that's how I think most people are, but I think we just initially, we kind of like comfort and the thing that we're used to. Like, you can see the growing pains I had in this the first time I did this, right? So this is Cryonis. How cool is we find Cryonis in the snow? And Cryonis, to me, wrong. What's the button again? Huh? Up, yeah. Is one of my favorite ones as well. Like, I think the way they just do the Sheikah Slate was used so well in this game. Like, look, it's like just simple little puzzles. Simple tiny puzzles to get you used to it. There you go, my bud. How are you doing? There you go. And we can also get up here as well. Get this chest. Simple enemies too, like they're not trying to trick you. You know what I mean? They're not trying to be like, ah, we got you, you're fighting a really tough enemy, haha, gotcha. You know, like some games do. It's just literally just trying to get you acquainted to the game, and eventually you'll understand how this game works. Another really cool puzzle here as well, huh? I think this is how you do it, right? And I'll lift you up here. Is that all it takes? Is there one more puzzle? I think there might be one more puzzle. No, it's just, that's it. Again, very simple trials to get used to this stuff. And the difference in recording this versus like recording 2 hours of this, and I still have like a mountain of energy left versus recording a game like a Danganronpa or a game like the Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's not because those games are bad. It's just more just like there's so much talking involved and dialogue reading. With this, you have now acquired all spirit orbs from the shrines of this plateau. Oh, extraordinary! That means it's finally time. Link, it's finally time for me to tell you everything. But first. A lot of but firsts for this guy, huh? Imagine the external map on the 4 shrines at the endpoints. Find where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where the 2 lines connecting the shrines will cross, there I will be waiting. We know where he's waiting. We don't have to worry. Let's fast travel. Where to here? Yeah, this is just to go to the Temple of Time. He's waiting at the Temple of Time. I remember, like, it's so weird now. Like, of course it's the Temple of Time. When I first played this game, I was like, okay, let's see. It looks like it's around that castle area. I think it might be over here. And now it's like, oh yeah, of course. Where else would it be? Oh, jeez, I almost forgot. I'm so sorry, guys. Almost kept on the clothes for too long there. That would have been weird. That would have been awkward. I like traveling au naturel for the first while. Then when you get some cool armor, then you can put it on and you can see a world of difference in your attacks and stuff. But, like, traveling with no, like... The way I play RPGs and the way I play kind of games like this all the time is that I like to travel with, like, the base amount of equipment that I can get. and then eventually upgrade. So then like I get so used to the combat just based on my shitty weapons. Like again, I bring up the games again. Elden Ring. My first playthrough of Elden Ring, I used the Knight Sword for the whole playthrough, and that's a terrible weapon. The reason I did that was because, and it sounds so stupid, I wanted to get used to the mechanics. And even though they were just kind of just Dark Souls 3 mechanics, but I wanted to get used to the game, fight the enemies, struggle a bit with the enemies. I went back in my third playthrough, I remember, and had like an unbelievably powered up weapon, overpowered weapon. And it was like, oh my god, this game like is so easy now because I struggled a tiny bit on some of these enemies, you know? So if we can do this in a second, by the way, which we will be doing this, you can go to the goddess statue over here. In fact, we might as well go here because I think that's activates a little save point here. A lot of people have different ideas of what they should do here in your first stint. I always go with a heart container first. Ho? Who's Ho? Oh, he's up there. Yeah, the blessing of the goddess has made it so much much more resilient to see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. Sure thing, sir. If you wonder if you have heard me chewing on something, there's like a plate of fries beside me. And it's very good. It's from a really good burger place in my town. In fact, the best burger place in town. Bar none. Listen to this music. Because I saw a big debate on Twitter recently about, is Breath of the Wild music any good? Or is it memorable? And it's like, man, I remember every time I hear these beats, I am like so enamored. So enamored with this game. Got the ghost that was following me. Hello. We're getting a big ass cutscene here.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists.
Look at this big boy.
The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Really, I've seen this cutscene before, so I'm probably just gonna let it ride.
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This
You're getting an answer to what the thing you saw earlier was, a guardian.
throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of
Zelda is magnificent in this game. I don't care what anyone says.
Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining.
How terrifying must this be? How terrifying! Because you know how powerful these things are as well.
Deep below Hyrule Castle, seize control of the Guardians and the divine beasts. Turn them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight bravely collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However,
There she is!
the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
If you think of it at this point, like, we've already, like,
You are our final hope.
we're already gone.
The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end.
Rivali.
That knight was none other than you.
And he tried.
You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link.
The music. Ow! Can anyone say the music is bad?
You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate
Oh,
her.
it's so good. It's so good.
Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point.
Some people have.
I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the Dueling Peaks.
The Dueling Peaks.
From there,
See, even the
follow
Dueling
road
Peaks are
that
iconic.
proceeds north.
Go on. Here's the paraglider. Finally, a paraglider. Yeah, very simple story, like it works, but I think what's so heartbreaking about it is it feels like there's already a failure starting up, right? Everyone's already failed and just trying your best to hold on, really. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs in the surrounding area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. You must save my daughter, is it? Is that what he says next? No. Yeah, no, like again, just a very simple story. It works very well. Soldier's Bow, thank you very much. Okay, let's try this now. Like, this is so good. Like, and it changes everything, and the way you travel in this game just changes everything because of this paraglider. I think if you're talking about the top 10, like, modes of transport, paraglider is in the top 5 for me. For me. You don't have to, you can disagree. In fact, I encourage you to disagree. But I love it. I love the paraglider. I think it works so well. And look how much we could do this. We had so much freedom to do that in any order we wanted. We could do it pretty much what we wanted. There's no like stopping us there. It was actually really, really good. So this is where I always travel to first. The lies that this game told us that we couldn't just come down here is ridiculous, right? Like we could easily have climbed down there with no problem. But that's one of the lies the games tell you. But you know, hey, that's what they sometimes they have to tell some lies. Hello. Flurry rush time. There we go. I'm really excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2. And it was really fun to play this part of the game for you guys. I might play some more. I could play some more. I don't think it's going to be a full playthrough at all. But it's just a really, really good game. And it's so magical to look out in the distance and see everything that we're going to be seeing going forward. I'm so excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm so excited to see what the game offers. And I'm so excited to play it with you guys too. And I hope you guys are excited also. Look at this. Incredible.